Hi everyone, welcome back to the Divine Dojo. My name is Gabriella and I am so happy to be back. A special birthday edition. I took a long hiatus and I am super happy to be back on this new moon. I'm actually recording it on Tuesday, but I'll release everything on my birthday, which is tomorrow, new moon in Scorpio, the 19th or the 20th if you're like in London, or depending on what time, because it is like at I think 10:47 or 11:47 Pacific time. So basically right around, the midnight time over there in the West Coast. So it just depends. It can be in the early mornings or late night for you. So just a little bit of the aspects that are going on this week. A very important week. We have a grand water trine. So the sun is in Scorpio. Jupiter is in Cancer and Neptune is in Pisces. Jupiter loves being in Cancer. It is retrograde. Neptune loves being in Pisces as well as its ruler. But this energy, this grand water trine is telling us to just let things flow. It's a great time for emotional healing and clearing. It's a very soulful time. It's a good time to meditate, visualize, engage in healing work, maybe shadow work as well. Very, very good time to do those type of things. Definitely breath work, meditate, visualization, shadow work, especially with that Lilith in Scorpio, which is also, the dark feminine. So get into that shadow, get into doing some shadow work, or whatever kind of healing work you're into if that doesn't resonate with you. Mercury goes into Scorpio today, or I think it already went in Tuesday the 18th. And so again, this is Mercury in Scorpio is deep communication, heartfelt communications, very direct conversations can be had. It's a good time to re-examine, your careers, contracts, anything having to do with communication. But just be careful, try not to miscommunicate or be harsh, because that can happen with Mercury in Scorpio. Wednesday, the 19th, happy birthday, Timmy. It's the new moon in Scorpio at 28 degrees. So this is a major reset point. It's a very powerful new moon. It's not your average happy-go-lucky, new moon. It can be very disruptive, especially at that late degrees of Scorpio. I was born as a 27 degree Scorpio, so I know this energy very well. It can be very disruptive. It can be chaotic. But it could be very transformative as well. So also, again, just reiterating with Lilith and Scorpio, the dark feminine can really, try and take over the energies and communication. So just be aware of that. There's also so many other aspects, but I don't want to go into all of the astrology. Those are the major things happening this week. What else? And then Uranus is in our opposite sign of Taurus. So, that's another disruptive energy. Pluto is in Aquarius. So there's a lot of fixed energy, not wanting to let go, but this is the time to let go and heal and transform anything that you have been, holding on to with trying to control. So it's all about letting it flow, because there is a lot of fixed energy as well. Pluto being in Aquarius, Uranus being in Taurus, there's just that fixed energy that just wants to stay where it's at. So don't. This is a time to let things flow and surrender. So, collective, what do the cards hold for the collective this week? Page of Swords flew out right away. So again, you know, this isn't like the King of Swords who can be very cutting and very direct and, you know, harsh with their words, right? And this is a page, it's a little bit, it's direct, but still it's, you know, in a nice, innocent way, being direct, saying exactly what you mean, you know, telling people exactly what you want, what you mean, that type of thing. So, you know, and it's nice because the Page of Swords also, it's about like new ideas, coming up with new ideas, maybe doing things in new ways that you know, that stuck energy, that fixed energy. It's maybe like looking at things in a new way. Because this is a very, you know, swords are mental energy, right? So this is, and I didn't even realize it says like new ways of communicating. And yeah, maybe this is about changing communication styles and things like that. If, you know, you tend to go off on people, maybe it's time to rethink that, especially in Scorpio season. You don't want to be going off on people, right? Just be aware of your communication styles. So, I like that. All right, what else do we got for this week for the collective? I am so happy to be back. The moon, very fitting, you know, new moon. You know, there might be something, again, the Scorpio new moon, in opposition to Uranus and Taurus. Something can come out of the blue and be disruptive and, you know, try to take you off your game, try to take you off track. Don't let it, or maybe let it, you know, let it flow if it's something that, you know, needs. Sometimes the energies come in to break you out of your habits, out of your patterns. And of course, being, you know, in opposition, the Sun in Scorpio and Uranus and Taurus, this can very well happen. And the moon in Scorpio as well. This can be a disruption, something that unseen, not knowing that, you know, coming through. Because the moon is about illusion, about secrets, right? Dreams. Our subconscious, and it's upright. So number 18. So you could be born on the 18th today. Oh, that's so funny. Today's the 18th. Or that adds up to 9. So you might be a 9-year life path, or you were born on November 9th. That's Pisces energy. All right, what else do we got? Two of Wands. Maybe there is some travel in the horizons. Maybe you're looking, you know, to make some choices, making decisions. It is still a Mercury retrograde. It just moved into Scorpio today, but it is still retrograde. So again, not only Mercury, I forget what other planets are retrograde, but there's like 5 planets retrogrades right now. And I should know this, but I don't want to go over the astrology again. So with the retrogrades, remember, it's everything, rethink, but just do, you know, take the time. The universe is telling us with 5 planets retrograde to slow down and just chill and pause, let it flow. Like I said, don't try and push during these energies. Of course, you can, you know, move forward with things and, you know, in a slow and steady way. Just if you're going to push, you're not going to get very far because, you know, things are in retrograde motion. Then we have the Hierophant. We have the 3 of Wands. So you have the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. Then we have the 10 of Wands reverse, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this is a great time. It's like, look into the future, plan for the future. If you're going to sign anything, if you're going to do anything, maybe it's a time to revisit. But again, look over contracts, you know, 3, 4, 5 times if you need to. There are good things and good blessings on their way, but it's going to seem like a slow, it's going to seem like, you know, you're carrying this stuff and it's heavy and it's annoying, and, you know, you're going to want to be impatient, but patience is the key right now, right? Because there are things moving forward and coming into our future, but it's just going to take patience and time. And yeah, with the chaos that's going on in the world, you know, it's time to, I'm not saying disobey, but kind of. And maybe this is about telling us to, like, maybe looking at things in a different way instead of traditional type of ways like the Hierophant is. And, you know, societies, its rules, its regulations, its laws, and all of that. Maybe it's time, with all this energy, to start thinking outside of the box and coloring outside the lines, right? With your plans, being creative, you know, doing something that you love, because there is something coming up in the future. You know, this, until springtime, we're going to be in this retro energy until Saturn and Neptune finally move into their respective planets, right? Saturn is going to move, I think both are moving into Aries. And then Uranus is going to move into Gemini. So again, like in the summer, I said next year it's going to look a whole lot different than this year. It's going to be fire and air energy. So all of this, think about this slowdown of like the being in fixed energy and a lot of water right now as like, kind of your little island right now where you can put into motion the things that you want to get revved up in the springtime. Because once those planets get into their permanent positions for, you know, 15, 20, 12 years, you know, we're going to be in nothing but fire, pretty much for the most part, fire and air. We're going to have very little water for a long time. So I think it'll be like 12 years we won't have anything in a water sign for a long time. So use this time wisely, right? So and plan for your future, because there is something coming up that's going to be beneficial. All right, any last messages? No, I think I want to go to Wisdom of the Oracle and get some final messages. I want to try and keep these not 40 minutes long each one, right? Especially because I'm busy. So how have you all been? I've missed you guys. I've missed truth be told, right? Very fitting in Scorpio season. Like I said, you know, maybe secrets, or somebody's going to tell you something, somebody's going to speak their mind, something's going to come out, or maybe you need to speak your mind. And underneath is chaos and conflict. Try not to create chaos and conflict. Be in honor, in truth with your words, and communicate clearly. If you are trying to, or if somebody comes and apologizes, or you need to apologize, you know, just be very clear and direct, but, you know, come with compassion, integrity, and honor in your communications, right? And understanding. You know, it doesn't mean that like the person didn't do you dirty or whatever, but or vice versa, right? If they did you dirty, if somebody comes and apologizes, you know, listen and try not to, you know, have that stinger out. And this is a collective reading, so not all of you obviously are Scorpios out there, but we are in that energy. And so, you know, for a little bit longer this week. So, you know, just try not to pop off on people, but definitely tell your truth and your version of whatever it is going on. You know, it's time to, and if you have been holding on for something that you've been wanting to say, now is the time to do it. You know, you don't want to bring in any of this energy into the new year. So this is the perfect season and time to go ahead and get all of those things taken care of and off your chest. You know, because we don't want chaos and conflict in our lives. There's already enough of that going on in the outside world. So one more message, and I'll pull an angel number card. Thank you. Yeah, the never-ending story. You know, you don't want to repeat patterns with people or yourselves. You know, this is a good time to, like I said, to clear out, to heal, to not continue. It's time to let go of the patterns and things that no longer serve us. Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe you need some help with that addiction, counseling, something. It's time to let that go because, and maybe it's about being honest with yourself, right? Maybe it's about being honest with yourself and not necessarily with other people. Because this is just, it's a looping and looping and looping around, and then time keeps on ticking, right? Ticking into the future. But anyhow, time keeps going, right? It doesn't stop for you or for any of us, to be honest. And, you know, you don't want to continue in this loop, and you definitely don't want to continue into the next year like that. So thank you, Spirit. Let me pull an oracle card, and then I'll get an angel number, and I'm going to call it a day for the collective. But things are looking good. Just remember, you know, I saw let go. Yeah, it's time to let go of stuff that is no longer serving you, for sure. I hope all of you have been well. I am still getting adjusted. Yeah, let's go. Is it let go? Yeah, let go. How funny. Did I say that that's the one I saw? I don't even remember. I swear, I have perimenopausal brain. But anyhow, let go. It's time to let go. This Scorpio season, like I said, it's great time. It's a great time to do the healing work, shadow work, meditate, breath work, whatever it is. You dance it out, fuck it out, whatever, right? It's Scorpio. You know, we like it, freaky deaky. Whatever it is, you know, that gets you to let go of these habits, these things that no longer serve us need to go, right? The conversations need to be had that need to be had, and let it go and let it flow. What else? What else, Spirit? Oh, it's too many. Thank you. Wait, what came out? What came out? Wait. Yeah, I mean, like I think what I said before, it's for anything that you're trying to, you know, move forward with, whether it be like a career, a project, whatever, right? It's not necessarily wait. It's just knowing that take your time with it, because if you're expecting like results right away, it's not going to happen, especially in this time. So let me get a clarifier on that. Wait, oh, something else came out. Hold on. Okay. That's what it was. It says there's no need to worry. Let go, wait, and there's no need to worry. So, I love that. This card reminds me of me. She looks like me. Yeah, there's no need to worry, but just know that the blessings are coming your way, but you can't rush it right now. You just can't, right? It's all in divine timing, and it'll come to you when it'll come to you. You just can't rush it. So, let that frustration go, have some patience, and do the healing work, do the shadow work, do the transformative work, and things will happen. There are good things coming your way. Remember, this is a collective reading, so there's a lot of energies. It's not specific to a sign. All right, let me pull an angel number. I was going to do a moonology, but I'm not feeling called to that. All right, Spirit, what would you like to tell the collective for this week? Yeah. 6666. So it says great blessings. Self-love, boundaries. Yes, it's good time to set boundaries. But remember, especially if there are any Scorpios out here listening, we sometimes put up way too many boundaries that we end up isolating ourselves, and like really nobody can get in, right? Because we've been hurt too much. And so we put up boundary, and like, because we don't want to deal with it, right? We'll deal with the pain of reliving whatever it was, right? So that can't happen either. Yes, it's good to have boundaries, but with also your heart open and, open to new things, open to new ideas, open to new people. So boundaries, it says, self-love, boundaries, needs, positivity, wisdom, understanding, letting go, expansion. Nurture yourself by honoring your needs, desires, and boundaries. Let go of what weighs you down and make space for meaningful experiences. Expand your spirit across all areas of your life. Embrace the big love, opportunities, or job that are about to enter your journey. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit does not lie, right? Whew, that was nice. I think I want to put an Akashic record card and oracle card, and I think I'll be done with it. All right, Spirit, what is one last final message or piece of advice for the collective for this week? So I'm still, I'm still adjusting. I mean, I have to be nicer to myself in this aspect. I mean, 30 plus years of like living alone, and then, moving to another state and, with your parent, at least for a little bit, is definitely an adjustment, but it's been nice in many ways and annoying in other ways. But, I'm really grateful and I'm really lucky, to have, my mom is still alive, so I will cherish the time that I'm here, and it's nice to see my brother more frequently. So I'm really happy with that. I do miss California, and but I'll be back, like I said, after 2027. We'll see what happens. So anyways, what did I get? Oh, I got bravery. You're being asked to make tough decisions that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable, but you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. Again, maybe it's having, to do with the truth be told card, that's getting something off your chest, or somebody comes to you with something, who knows, but what we don't want is this repeating cycle, bringing it into this new energies. I mean, the new world is going to be so much different. And I mean, it's been a while since I've been on here, but I can talk about so much that has happened and that is happening that they're trying to do. But we won't go there in this video. I probably will do, in the new year, I'll probably do, once I start doing these more and more, I'll probably do like not a Telegram, but a Discord channel, or maybe a Vimeo or a paid where I can, really talk about the things I want to talk about. But yeah, it's going to take strength and being brave to stop this never-ending story, never-ending cycle, never-ending program, right, that we've all been through. So that's the collective reading. You guys, I hope you liked it, and it's just for this week. I will be back. I am back to doing these videos. I really have missed it. Again, I've just been adjusting to Texas and trying to get my shit together over here and figuring out what I want to do. If I want to go back to real estate, if it's a whole thing. And I am blessed that I don't have to worry about like a roof over my head, food, or you know what I mean? Like just the basics. Not that I had to worry about it, but it was just more of a pain in the ass in LA. So again, it's really nice to be with family and stuff like that. So I am so grateful and I'm so happy to be back. I hope this was helpful, and please do comment, like, share, and subscribe to help me grow. Still, I take full responsibility and accountability for why I haven't been growing the account. It's just I haven't been on here and I haven't had time. I mean, I've had time, I just haven't been called to do it. But seeing that it's my birthday tomorrow, I was called, and it's a powerful new moon, I was called to start the tarot readings again. So I am doing privates, and yeah, so I do private breathwork facilitating, sound healing. I don't do online because it's hard, it doesn't resonate. And then somatic movement as well. So, reach out to me if you are interested in any of those things. All right.